Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you. It's for Wednesday, 18th day of June. Here we go. Today, one specific case would be interesting to discuss, and that would be a person who has the temple, the side piece of his glasses fall off, and the screw has fallen out also, and he's wondering about putting it back in, tightening it, can he wear it on Shabbos, and all that good stuff. So let's break it down to its details. Here are the details. First of all, as far as putting the temple back into your glasses on Shabbos and screwing it back in, you're not allowed to do that. That's clear. And that's because it would be considered like building, or tikkun mana, or makeh b'patish. But basically all those things are variances that mean you're completing the building of something. Your glasses were incomplete after you pop that screw in, even if you didn't put it in so tightly. You're putting it back together, and therefore it's best to, we have to say no. You can't put the temple back in and the screw and everything. That's not allowed on Shabbos. What about just putting the screw in and not tightening it and saying, okay, I won't build it, I'll leave it kind of unbuilt, I'll just put the screw in there loosely. And that too is not allowed because the Gemara says that there was a decree called Shema Yitzka, which means we're afraid that maybe the guy will tighten it. And since people, once they're handling that screw, would tend to possibly tighten it, which would lead to possibly a biblical prohibition, they said don't mess with it and don't put. So we have to say no to that too, that you can't put the temple back in with the screw even if you're going to do it lightly. Now the next question, what if the person says, okay, fine, so I won't put the temple back in. Can I wear my glasses the rest of Shabbos just with one temple, the one that does work, and the glasses sitting on my face, and the other temple just I won't put in? Now is it fine? Believe it or not, that too could be a problem for a different reason. And that's because the Gemara has the case of an oven. The oven had 4 legs, and one of the legs broke off. I should say fell off, and the Gemara felt that they should call the leg muktzah, and also they should call the oven itself muktzah, because if they didn't, then they feared that people handling the oven, their ovens weren't like ours, they just were standalone things, but somebody might handle the oven and or the leg and put them back together, and therefore the rabbis deemed both the leg and the oven muktzah. You'll see why we're discussing this in just a moment. So if the oven and the leg are both called muktzah, the Ramah extended that and said the same thing would happen to other things. And that's going to come to glasses. Other things the Ramah said, like, for example, a bench. If the legs fell out of a bench, and you'd say, okay, I'll somehow sit on this bench without the leg in it. So the Ramah said we considered the bench and the leg both muktzah because of the fear that it might be put back together. A lot of poskim say that just like the Ramah extended it from the oven to the same thing to the case of a bench, then it extends to other types of situations like this. Therefore, the temple, if it is in existence somewhere with its screw and your glasses, we fear that because all the parts are lying around, you might be tempted to want to put it back together, and therefore the glasses themselves are muktzah, even if you're not going to put the temple in. So I'm sorry, but that might be how most poskim are going to end up on this, that you're not allowed to wear the glasses because there's a fear that you might put the temple back in. Now Rav Moshe does say, Rav Moshe Feinstein Zatzal said, that if it's acceptable to wear glasses with only one temple, so you won't be so tempted to pop that other one in, then it would be fine to wear the glasses because it's acceptable to walk around with one temple if it is. And therefore, that other one, we're not so afraid that you're going to pop it in. Also, if you can't find the temple and the piece, that would help make it more permissible because we're not so afraid you're going to put them back together because you can't even find the pieces. And lastly, if it broke off before Shabbos, and you proved yourself to be the kind of person that definitely doesn't care about it because all Thursday and Friday you walked around wearing your glasses with only one temple and you were fine with it, then all the poskim say you can continue on like that on Shabbos because we're not worried about you putting the temple back in because you walked around like that Thursday and Friday and didn't even care about it. So if you're that kind of person and you already illustrated that to the world on Friday or Thursday and Friday, then you're fine wearing the glasses without the temple on Shabbos. Needless to say, that was a lot of information really fast, but you know some of the specifics now, some of the basics of how it works. Ask your rabbi if any of these kinds of things happen to you. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more on another topic. Bye-bye.